All right, so hello. This is Groutfits episode 5.
I can't believe we've made it this far. It's pretty
Yeah,
incredible.
that's amazing. Now it's become a habit, and that's cool because
Thought it took 12
unlike
times
bad
to become a
habits like smoking and drinking,
habit.
we're doing this. But I am drinking today, so I am drinking MGD, and that's a number 1 grandma mug.
It's my number 1 grandma mug with my number 1 grandma wine, Frontera after midnight, only $5.
That's very sweet.
Actually, $5.49. I was really happy because your dad gave me $5.50 for what I got him, and I only had $5.50 in change or in cash.
For people watching the video end of this
Anyway.
and listening to the audio, and they don't know who this is.
Oh yeah,
CD is here.
Hello, I'm here again.
And like I said last week, he now lives with me, and he helped with our audio setup, getting this thing revamped. So now it is good to go, and he's currently running the soundboard.
So you have him, and then his old lady Chelsea, girlfriend Chelsea, I should say. I'm
Yes.
just saying old lady. So we have kind of an audience.
And they met on a train, which is really cool. We call her Train Girl.
train girl. I thought.
I know it's a plane. I just want to see if
I was
Hayden
like,
knew.
wait a minute. Well, I
He's like-
briefly, I was like, who's plain girl then? And I was like, I shouldn't say plain girl, because what if there was a second girl and something happened and I missed something
CD just
here?
meets all of us women on different areas of travel. There's Uber Girl,
Planes,
Plane
Trains, and
Girl.
Automobiles, the sequel, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
guys, we're gonna need to cut this recording and start all over.
Oh, man. So, did you watch the Oscars, dude?
I did. I was at a game night, so I didn't get to watch.
You were at a
Um,
game night.
Yeah, we were
What were you
playing.
Naked Twister?
No, the Oregon Trail. Have you ever heard of that game?
Like the video
It's
game Oregon Trail where you
Video
dive-
game Oregon Trail, but
you die
it's
of
also a card game.
dysentery?
Yeah, dysentery, snake bites, cholera.
It's the worst.
It was a blast. And the way it works is you all work together to try to make it to Oregon, which I don't know why anyone wants to go to
Can
Oregon
you
anyway,
eat each other?
other than Portland. No, I don't.
There's
think
no
that's
option to eat each other when it gets too cold and you're lost.
No, but I
That would
did.
make sense though.
Well, you make like names for the thing. So like Scott was Locomotive Jack, and
Lo-
I was Stripper Dalton, which was cool. I
Was
just kept my
anybody the
same
real
name.
McCoy?
The real McCoy? No.
Okay, never mind. then.
But I immediately lost my clothes in the beginning of the game, so it fit my.
Why
my
did you
character's
lose
persona.
your clothes in the beginning of the game?
I don't know. You like draw these cards, and then they tell you they're called calamity cards, and then so it said that I was going to have to lose my clothes.
That sounds like it's horrible. Like the game is just for people who are depressed and want to be and want to
It's-
wallow in their depression.
2 out of 3 times you will die and not make it to Oregon.
That's not a fun game. That's like
It's a fun game because if you make it to Oregon, you're set. But
And
anyway,
Have you played the actual Oregon Trail video game?
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the same thing.
yeah. Oh, it's terrible. It's not a fun game. I was not at all going to say it's a great game at all because it's not. It's worthless, and I wish it never existed.
have you ever been to Oregon?
No, I've not been to Oregon. I'd like to go to Oregon. Bend, Oregon's pretty cool, and they have Deschutes Brewery there.
That's not a real place. Bend, Oregon.
Bend,
is not a
Oregon
real
is
place.
absolutely real, dude.
It's dumb.
Has a pretty poppin' like kind of craft beer and farm to table food scene.
But anyway, I was watching the Oscars at the game night, so I got to see
There you
like
go, yeah.
a little bit here and there. But
Did
I
you
didn't get
see-
to see the Best Picture announcement, which is unfortunate.
Did you see what it was?
Yeah, it was Shape of Water, which I haven't seen.
I just don't know how I feel about
Mhm.
Guillermo del Toro, man. Like I think he is a very qualified, talented, and artistic.
He's got the coolest name in Hollywood,
Person.
so
Yeah. Well, he had a really good speech too about being an immigrant and being raised by parents who were not from here, and just showing like what you can do, what you're able to do. So it was really good. And honestly, I had nothing against Guillermo del Toro, but like every time I see something that he did, it's always got to be weird. Like he's like, let's do this, but make it with a fish dude. Or like, let's do this, but put eyeballs on their hands. And so like you see,
but that's unique, right? That's what people want.
right? Is it though? Is it or like I don't know. I feel like he does something like just to do it a certain way. And I see what like a picture or like a poster or a trailer, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds like Guillermo del Toro.
Well, I don't think that like someone like Steven Spielberg could pull off a Fishman in a movie, So I feel like Guillermo del Toro, that's his thing.
You don't think
you
you
know?
can pull off a Fishman in a movie? He's pulling off the Iron Giant and pretty much everything else in a completely animated movie.
Are you gonna see Ready Player One?
I don't know.
Is that produced by him or is that directed by him? I think it's directed
both.
by him. He's directing and producing.
I think so. Yeah.
This guy has a lot of time on his hands.
He's Steven Spielberg. He can do whatever he
True.
wants. Speaking of Steven Spielberg, then too, with movies and the Oscars, did you see The Post?
What post on Facebook?
The post with Tom Hanks and oh, dude, with Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep.
No, I didn't see it.
It was really good. It was about the Pentagon Papers, but like, I don't know. It was pretty much like just Steven Spielberg to a T. It's like he like got this idea and was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna Spielberg this then too. And like, I feel like he knew what his shtick was and just kind of put the pieces in with this frame that it already had, which is not, you can't say that about all of his stuff. He has a lot of really, really good work, but like some of his stuff that's not as great, it's still Steven Spielberg, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so like I saw the post and it was great cast, you know, so obviously it's going to have a great draw. You had Tom Hanks, you had Meryl Streep in it then too. You had what's his ass who plays Josh Lyman, Bradley Whitford. So really good cast. So obviously it's going to draw audiences and it's about the Pentagon Papers, but like it was just so Spielberg, man. You're like, I don't know. And I felt like it got way too much attention because it was a Steven Spielberg film with a bunch of people in it, which I think is a huge problem for a lot of these like award shows, a lot of shows like the Oscar. It's like it's hard to go see movies that are not out there, that are not widespread, and it's much easier to just take in something that's like a big ticket item. You know what I mean?
It's true. I mean, you'll never see a movie like It or Black Panther or any of those movies in the Oscars because they're the mainstream films. But
Logan was up there though.
Did Logan get nominated?
Yeah, Logan was nominated for best screenplay, best original screenplay. No, best adapted screenplay, I believe, because it was based off of X-Men characters and technically off of the story Old Man Logan, which is more sci-fi than the movie was. But to your point exactly then too, and I was just discussing this with Steven, who we were supposed to have on tonight then too, but the weather's bad and
the weather is terrible. I'm
roads
surprised you
gross.
came out here. I thought I was going to have to do this by myself.
I will never not have a vehicle that doesn't have four-wheel drive again in my life. It's nothing.
We're committed to this schedule, by the way. If one of us can't make it, the show goes on.
We're just going to sit and stare and
I will
talk to
CGI
ourselves.
Hayden in here. I can't do that. I'll put a picture
You
of
can
him.
Skype me in, dude.
I could Skype
We
you in.
can Skype each other in.
That'd be not
It'd
great.
be pretty lit. But so I mean, overall, I thought this was a really good Oscars for it too. It was apparently the lowest turnout, the lowest like viewership they've had.
That's because people are really upset with Hollywood, and I can understand why. But you see them post about it on Facebook, anything like that. All the comments are negative.
Oh yeah, well you know it's just and again I was just talking with Steven about this then too. Rotten Tomatoes used to be a pretty solid place to go to get an idea of how a movie was, how people felt about a movie, because it was pretty specific to an audience. Like that, it was people who were movie folks would go to like stuff like Cinema Blend. They would go to stuff like Rotten Tomatoes or Cinema Score or something like that, and they would go and they'd write a review because that's their culture, that's their community. But since Rotten Tomatoes has gotten so popular and everybody's like, I gotta go on there now, like it's on demand now, everybody has the ability to go and do that, and so it's so easy for something to get like horrible attention, whether it's really, really good or really bad, and somebody's pissed off about it. Like, for example, Star Wars The Last Jedi is one that I always use. Super well received for critics then too, and genuinely well liked by a lot of the fans. But if you go on the Rotten Tomato website there and look at the score for it, it was panned. It's like the lowest reviewed Star Wars movie.
Even below Phantom Menace, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Way below it then too.
Weird.
And there's a lot in there of people who are just pissed off and are like, well, I know this is here. I got to go do this and write a review for it. And then apparently a bunch of troll accounts, people who would just make accounts and go on and write a pretty similar review and then go back, sort of the same thing with the FCC comments. And stuff like, I think it was actually Cinema Score, which is a review aggregator that pulls people coming out of the theater immediately, had the movie average sitting at an AA minus there too, which is completely different.
See, I find it with those troll accounts, I think it's really interesting how people can make bots so easily now. So I'm not going to name him, but one of our, we'll just say friends, created a bot on Reddit. And so
Really?
every time that I post something on Reddit, it immediately downvotes me.
Seriously?
He programmed it to downvote me every time I post anything. So there's bots out to get me. So I can comment on somebody's thing, and I'll be like, oh, this is a really cool picture. And then I get downvoted.
So
and you know the Reddit mentality, when you see something getting downvoted,
Like,
everybody wants to downvote.
Exactly. So if you get on the bandwagon there, you're like, you're done, man.
So I could have like a completely nice
Yep,
comment.
exactly.
And then it just gets downvoted to hell because of this person.
Gosh.
And I won't name him because I don't think he deserves the credit.
That's no fun. Call him out, man.
I'm not going to call him out.
Oh,
He knows
whatever.
what he did. He's probably not watching this.
Yeah. So, I mean, overall, I guess the award show was pretty solid. Coming back to the Oscars again.
What do you give it?
What's that?
What do you give it? 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
10 being the greatest thing you've ever seen. 1 being not great.
I mean, I don't know. It was a show where they. It was a show where they gave awards to movies and actors and actresses and everything. I mean, there's huge fundamental problems with the entire Academy there. So it's like it's not something you can solve overnight with it. The show itself, though, I mean, it wasn't entertaining. I just love that shit anyway, so I'm just gonna watch it no matter what. And I like Jimmy Kimmel. I was kind of surprised he came back. They allowed him to come back after the whole debacle. I was probably like a 6 or a 7. Like, yeah, it was pretty solid. Like, I'd watch it again.
I'd be right up there with
Not
you.
watch that one again because I already saw it, but like I'm still gonna watch the Oscars.
Do you think there are people out there that tape the Oscars and then rewatch it?
No, but there's a huge culture of people who have like big Oscar parties. Like they'll have it's an event. It's like a big potluck dinner party, and it's like a super big like subculture of these Oscars. It's like the Super Bowl party. People have huge Super Bowl parties. The same thing for the Oscars. They'll get dressed up and go and watch these award shows and everything and make bets for it. Which honestly, I would like to do that. That'd be fun. I think I'd enjoy it.
So next year we should have a party. An Oscars
Yeah, no,
party.
BYOB, we'll get a keg or something then too. We can just have a whole bunch of appetizers then as well, and then just like make bets over who's gonna do what.
We should give out Oscars for stuff that we do on a regular basis.
Like what?
I don't know, like anytime I go to grocery shop, that's a big deal. So if you gave me like a trophy, I'd feel good about it.
I give you a participation trophy for buying groceries for participating in the act of not dying.
Pretty much, I had like a whole 12-pack of eggs sitting in my fridge that I was really worried were gonna go bad.
I like
then
that you
CD
said 12-pack of eggs,
Yeah,
and
it's a
not
12-pack.
like a carton of eggs. Like, yeah, I bought a 6er of eggs the other day. I bought a case of eggs, a keg of egg.
So CD comes out.
You
by
have a
my
keg
room.
of yolk in your fridge though that you're just pumping. Like every time you want to go make some eggs, you're like. A
That sounds
12-pack
gross.
of eggs.
He-
Fuck you.
he was like, hey, do you care if I have like these eggs in the fridge? Because I have a fridge separate. I almost knocked that wine out.
You almost knocked my tooth out.
Did it? Really?
You have eggs in that fridge right there.
That's what I'm saying. Those are the fridge. Those are the eggs he got. So he came up to my door and he's like, "Do you care if I had the eggs in the kitchen fridge?" And I was like, "Dude, eat this 12er right here." And then I gave him the.
Why
the
don't you
12.
just say carton?
The carton? Just I don't know.
I'd just like to point out that it's been 2 days and they're almost completely gone.
Good. I'm glad they're getting some use out of
What do you
them.
make with them, dude? Yeah, we're engaging you in this now.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
feel
like we
like,
do
I
need
should be in the
We
shot
do need
now.
a Howard Stern
I-
shot where you're like, we turn to you and you're like, you have the headphone up. Like, yeah, I'm trying to mix some levels here.
No, I can't-
comment on this story. And
I
then
kind
go
of like
back
the
to it.
mystery of it because if someone doesn't know who he is, they're like, "Oh man."
If
he-
nobody watched the last episode, then they won't know
Who
what
is
I look
that?
like, and it's perfect.
Anyway, you were saying your egg, dude. What do you use for your eggs? Do you crack them on your?
Oh, I
Pan?
scramble
Do
them
you
up
crack 'em on your
into
pan?
some potatoes that are super duper spicy.
Right on.
A little bit of cheese, a little bit of ranch, a little bit of sriracha.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you guys have a recipe for doing scrambled eggs? Like a specific way you do it every
I
time?
put milk in the pan.
I don't eat scrambled eggs.
I do that. Try
How
it next
much
time.
milk? How much milk, dude?
Like teaspoon, quarter cup.
That was 3 different measurements that are here, here, and here. Like, no, but you don't have like a rhythm to it. Is there anything you make where you have a specific rhythm for a specific reason? Not
Ramen,
just-
I
not just
always
'cause
make
you're a
the same way
dumbass.
always.
Okay, well you boil water
Mm-hmm.
and then put the noodles in it. Unless
but I
unless you
know-
boil the water,
I know when it's al dente.
drink the water, put the noodles in your mouth, and eat it the metal way.
Okay, I got a question for you.
'Kay.
How much
That was
money?
on the- okay.
How much money would it take for me to give to you to drink boiling water? Not a
Fuck.
lot. Not a lot.
No, none.
only
dude.
only like a shot.
None, dude.
Even if I gave you like $500.
None, dude. None, dude. How much money would it take for me to ask you to put your genitals in a wine glass and then to just punch it, dude? That's how dumb of a question you just asked. You're like, no, why
That's
would
the
I want
dumb-
that?
Your question's way more stupid.
No, nobody wants to drink boiling water. Water is boiling. Water is at a certain temperature. You put stuff in there to cook it because you know it's gonna break down the fucking material in whatever you're cooking. I don't want to do that to my neck. I need my
Like,
neck, dude. I need my throat.
mine was a messed up suggestion. Yours took it to another level.
Yours is something that people might have had done to them when they were prisoners of war somewhere, man. That's like wrong.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like boiling throat stomping and
Boiling throat stomping?
glass
Genitalia.
glass genital stomping is on a pretty comparable level.
think
Thank you,
so? I
thank
don't
you.
know.
It's like it's cruel and like inhumane, man. But
I did have a real thing that I was going to bring up, because that aside. So I was thinking the other day, and I want to know your take on this. Why?
Jesus.
What do you think the science is of this? Why, when you blow air out of your mouth, two different ways. One is hot and one is cold. So when you're blowing stuff out, you go, it's cold air. But when you go, it's hot. Why is that? Nope, CD, you can't answer. This is Hayden's question.
Why are you? No, hold on, dude.
This is
wanna hear
Hayden's
this
question. No, because I want to know what he says. Hayden, what's your question? What's your answer?
Dude, I
What's your
have no
question?
answer.
What do you think it is?
I have no answer, dude.
Isn't that weird?
That was you don't you're not even gonna like suggest you don't have an answer ready. You're like, no, actually it was this. You're just like, yeah, isn't that weird?
Well, I just
That you blow hotter when you think about it and colder when you think about it, dude.
no, I just want to know.
Did you know you can stop peeing if you think about it?
I
Jesus
think that no, I
Christ.
honestly want to know what your opinion is on it.
That's not an opinion, man. That's like that's what I like. What do I feel is the way that this happens? It's not like I think that's pretty cool. I think breathing warm air when I want to is sweet. That's an opinion.
My point is, it's both airflow coming from the same source. What is changing the temperature?
I don't know, dude. Probably the speed.
You
of
think
the,
it's a dumb question? It's not a
No,
dumb
no, I'm
question.
thinking
This is something that people need to
probably,
think about.
Probably the speed at which the air is coming out then too is gonna cool it off. I don't know. It's coming from like my body, which is like what resting like 99
Am I allowed
90
to
degrees.
answer yet?
Yeah, you can
Hold
answer
on,
now.
hold on. No,
Wait,
no, 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 no,
actually
no,
can't
no, no,
answer.
no, no, no.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can answer. Go ahead.
That's my new mic, by the way, over there. Isn't it nice?
You keep swinging it around like you're not gonna come back to it, man. Like just leave it in front of you.
Well, I'm doing my best to not come back to it because I can't hear my own levels all that well.
That's okay.
I can
But-
see your levels. You look okay.
All right, good.
Levels.
But velocity
song.
of the
I hate
air
him.
is a little bit of it, but it's mostly how
Thinking.
much
It's
water
how much you,
vapor
it's
you're
how hard
blocking.
you think about it, right?
No, the heat's gonna
It's
stay in the
willpower.
water vapor a lot
Pure
easier.
willpower,
Yep,
dude.
it is all willpower.
It's my cheese inside of me. I'm doing a jutsu.
Did you say cheese?
Cheese. My different cheese, dude. My chakras.
How many chakra points are there? 23. Next question.
There's not 23 chakra points,
I
dude.
think there's 23.
There's like 390 something, dude. I don't know, man. So
I
anyway,
think Chelsea knows what the answer is.
Go back to the Oscars.
How many chakra points are there?
Oh God! All right, I guess we're never gonna get back to the Oscars.
She didn't actually answer that, but
Oh.
she posed a poll
Go ahead.
over string cheese versus cheddar.
String cheese.
What the shit? I mean,
No, like which chakra point, string or ched?
Oh, I thought you were going to say which one's better. I changed my answer.
cheddar's better, dude.
String cheese is clearly better.
I don't even need string cheese like the way it's supposed to be eaten.
What is the way it's supposed to be eaten?
Stringy.
He eats it like a candy
You
bar.
just chomp on it?
I eat it like I
That's
eat hot.
weird.
I eat it like I eat hot dogs.
You know who else
dude. I
chomped
push
on
the
their-
whole thing in my mouth, put it sideways, and go.
That sounds like a Ted Bundy thing.
What does that mean? What does that mean that it's a
like
Ted Bundy
he
thing?
had all these weird quirks, and I think that was one of his weird quirks is how he ate
You know,
string cheese.
Was he the guy who nailed the penises to his wall, or was it a South Park episode?
I don't know.
I don't. No. South Park was was it the hands? Who was the guy? Somebody like nailed penises to their wall.
It's not a
I
what?
think it was it. Was it? You know what I'm talking
No
about?
one
dude? It was
nailed
a
that to
serial killer.
walls.
It was like Ted Bundy. It was like Jeffrey Dahmer or somebody did.
I
Like, they
own, like,
collected them. And
Probably
South Park,
17 seasons of South Park on DVD. I don't think that's a South Park episode,
Well,
man. I think that actually happened.
There was one though. It was the hands. There was one there where the detectives go to the person's house that they think is the killer, and he convinces them that they're like all like mannequin hands on his wall there or something of all his victims.
That sounds like the geneticist
I
that
don't remember.
lives in a creepy mansion, like in a dark,
Yep.
woodsy forest thing. Yeah.
Yep. You're right. You're right, my dude.
So
you're
did
right,
the
laddie.
so did the serial killer from Human Centipede lived in a mansion out in the woods.
You know, anybody who lives in a mansion out in the woods, I just don't trust.
Yeah, not a good
Yeah,
thing.
you
So-
definitely got to go with a cabin in those situations.
Oh, Cabin in the Woods. It's a great movie. I love that movie. What are you talking? What?
What do you think should have won Best Picture?
3 Billboards,
Thank you.
hands down.
Thank you.
But also, I can't have a valid opinion because I didn't see all the nominated movies.
What the? Okay, I didn't see all of them, but I saw most of them. Haven't seen Shape of Water, so I can't necessarily say that I don't think it didn't deserve it. I've heard it's awesome too. I really do. And Richard Jenkins, I've heard is like stellar, and he's from DeKalb actually. Yeah, I don't know if you knew that. I'm talking to Chris's girlfriend Chelsea. So I finally actually got around to watching Dunkirk yesterday too. I had
Isn't it
not-
good?
Yeah, I watched it on a 2.1 sound bar that I really want to watch it on like a 7.1 surround sound system like the one we have in our basement, you know?
Mhm.
Cuz it's like nauseating. It's so tense. You're just like uncomfortable the whole time.
Well,
But it
they
does it
they
so
won
well.
the Sound Mixing Academy Award because of that. Like
Yeah.
It's,
Oh yeah.
It's
and it-
really really well
deserved,
done.
too.
Um,
The soundtrack should not have gone to Shape of Water than 2. I listened to it and it's not. I mean, it's good. It's really good, and I'm sure it suits the movie well. But it just no way. Dunkirk soundtrack should just have won by a landslide. I don't even think. I don't know. That's just me. Maybe I'm a bit of a fanboy for it then too. But I have you seen Dunkirk? Either of you guys?
I
It's-
highly
it's incredible.
recommend.
It's built to make you uncomfortable. There's Hans Zimmer has constructed different parts of it to emulate different feelings. So I mean, obviously, his music is supposed to make you feel things. But like for example, in one specific part, like when the planes come in, he like reaches this like set of rising arpeggios that are all at different octaves and too, and on different instruments. And so one will rise at this point, and another one will start rising, and as soon as this one peaks, it'll come back down here, and the other one will keep doing it. So it cycles, and it sounds like it's constantly rising. And so the whole soundtrack is built to kind of play this trick on your head, like it's just constantly getting higher. Like it's like, oh my god, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and never happens then too. And the whole movie, the whole soundtrack is that, but I don't know. I thought it was awesome. I'm a little biased.
I highly recommend if you're going to watch Dunkirk to not watch it on your everyday TV, everyday sound system,
no.
because it just won't do the movie justice. That's why when I saw it in theaters, I was like, okay, I never need to see this movie again because this is what it is.
I wanted to go see it in 70 millimeter, but I couldn't get around to doing it. So I don't know. I really would like to replace the projector in the basement at some point and get a much better surround sound system there then too, so we can do that for movies specifically. But it's just
Speaking of updating things, we might be getting some new HD cameras.
you're right.
which
Yeah,
is
way
cool.
to change the subject, dude. We're really good at that.
There's a segue.
Yeah,
You were talking about updating equipment.
Yeah, it was, but like a second after I had.
Oh, do you want to go? What do you want to
Yeah,
talk
so Dunkirk was really good.
Oh, yeah.
That's the end of my statement.
That was it?
Yeah.
We already said that. I knew that.
I just wanted to cap it off. I had to put the period at the end of the statement, though, dude. At the end of the thought.
So do you think that Dunkirk should have won Best Picture then?
So these new HD cameras, I'm so excited
Yes.
from. They're not gonna be too bad. About 1080p. I thought we were gonna do a 4K one,
Nah, too expensive.
but it's like $700 to $800 for a
Mhm.
solid one. And
Also, people don't have 4K displays that
yeah,
often.
They can watch it on YouTube. It's 4K.
Whatever.
But you'd be watching on your phone. Like this is the only thing I have. It's 4K, unfortunately. So, you know.
Yeah, but do they really need to see our imperfections in 4K?
No, God, no.
Probably
I don't
not.
need to see them. No. I know you only save your 4K camera for your Chatterbait account, but that's whatever.
I still don't know what Chatterbait is.
Hey, dude, I've seen you on there, man. I
What
mean,
is it like? Is it like
nothing.
Chat Roulette?
no, dude, it's like my free cam.
What is my free cam?
He
And how do
doesn't-
you know
what
about
I'm
these things?
talking about, right though, dude?
What are these
CD
things?
knows what I'm talking about.
Basically the same thing as live.ly.
I don't know what that is either. I had to have a girl show me how to add Snapchats with that barcode thing at
Did she have
hometown.
to show you how to like?
I'm pretty
unclip
sure
a
that was
bra, too?
me that showed you how to do that.
Man, you
Oh.
must have been dumb. I mean, he does look like a
All
girl
right.
in the right light.
Bad memory of this,
He
but
looks.
maybe.
He constantly looks like that scene from I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry with David Spade, where you're walking. Yeah, I know.
Hey, you can see it in the yeah.
But yeah, where you're like walking. Or
No, I was saying you
Why
can
am I
see
saying
the. I'm not
walking?
agreeing with you. I don't think CD looks like a girl.
neither do I, dude.
Your brother's calling. Answer
Yeah,
it.
I'm not gonna answer it right now. He's gonna. I'm surprised it's not Ben calling me because that's all he does.
He does like to call
He
you.
calls me at the same time, like pretty consistently, and I'm usually at work, and I'm like, dude, we have been over this. I'm working right now. I can't answer the phone.
Who won best actress and best actor?
Best actor went to
'Cause I
Gary
didn't see
Oldman
that
in
part.
Darkest Hour, which I
Ooh.
almost watched last night. I heard it was awesome. but
Is
it
that
had a
about
short
Winston
run.
Churchill?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Actually, it's said in the same time as Dunkirk. Then too, there's the scene they showed is him talking about getting their boys home, which is is Dunkirk.
Famous speech, yeah.
Yeah. And actress, who do you think won?
I hope the girl from Three Billboards.
Frances McDormand won,
Good.
and she deserved it.
Good. That means her and Sam Rockwell won then.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
I thought it was interesting that Woody Harrelson was up for supporting too.
Well, because he did a fantastic job. in that movie.
He did, but like his most important part of the movie was not never mind. I don't want to talk about Yoi specifics because I want these two to watch it.
True.
And
Yeah,
other
we won't
people
spoil
watch it.
anything because
But what was I gonna say? Best actress in a supporting role was Laurie Metcalf lost, who plays the mom in Lady Bird, which is
I
like
still haven't seen Lady Bird.
Lady Bird is Lady Bird is absolutely exceptional. It's
Scott
so
told me
good.
he saw it, and then as he was leaving the theater, he had to call his mom.
Yeah, no, it does that. You finish the movie and you're like, I really gotta call my mom and tell her that I'm sorry that I'm a worthless asshole. And she pushed me out. She broke her pelvis almost to squirt me out, and then had to be cut open.
And Hayden was like a 13-pound baby.
I was a 13-pound baby. You
make
make me sound like
Honestly,
my mom birthed an elephant.
Every
They
time,
didn't yank me by the trunk and pull me out, dude.
every time I see Shelly, I just give her a hug because I'm like, you are a hero. Not only did you give me Hayden, but geez, how did you do it?
No, so I love. They told me the story one time, like when I was being born, and I like kind of got stuck on the way out, and so I had to be like shoved back in. Like they're like, nope, Shelly,
Wrong
back
way.
in there. We're gonna cut you open, and they just like wheeled her out. And my mom, the way she tells it is so funny because it all happened so fast. Where she's like, and my dad is just gone because she's already being taken to be cut open because they gave her a C-section. So
I can never remember if I was a C-section baby. I don't think I was.
you don't remember that, dude?
No, I can't.
It doesn't come to memory.
Nah.
You didn't see like.
What is your first memory? Do you have it? Think real hard. What's your first memory? Because I have my first memory in my head.
My dog shitting a lot in my room.
Really? That's your
Yeah.
first memory?
Yeah, on Delsey Drive.
What was that dog's name?
Elvis.
Elvis.
got
That's
really
right.
sick
He
and
died
shit all
before I
over my
met
room.
him.
He did,
Mhm.
yeah. But then there's that. I guess it's hard to find a first one. I have a couple, like a few, where I'm like, these all kind of could have happened at the same time,
Mhm.
And so Elvis pooping a bunch in my room when I was a kid, and I was confused as to why he did that, and I didn't do it outside because that's what he's supposed to do, or in the toilet because that would make sense. Watching Jurassic Park in my tidy whities and eating frosted flakes at my Lego table. That's pretty sweet. And then the other one is eating pancakes from McDonald's with my mom while my dad was out working on our house with our family members who were roofing our house. So that was cool.
Very cool.
Yep, I don't remember anything else since I started drinking. So
My first memory was hitting my head on a step
your first memory
Oh
is
my
seeing a dog get run over by a
at my
steamroller.
grandma's house. What?
Seeing a dog get run over by
That's
a
not a
steamroller.
real memory.
Dude, you tried to convince everybody it was.
We've talked about this before, and it's stupid.
I'm glad you've come to the
And-
conclusion that it was fake.
I never said it was real.
Yeah, you did. You believed it for like 10 years, man.
When I was 9,
I called you
for
out. and you
10 years,
I
my
called
ass.
you out and you yanked me into the bathroom when we were 9 and you're like, you fucking.
I didn't yank you anywhere,
You said,
dude.
you listen here, you fucking jerk. I made it up, but Will believes it. And I want to look cool. And
I
you pushed me
didn't s-
back
I
out and we
didn't
never
say-
talked about
Oh
it
yeah,
ever
did I
again.
flip my collar up too? Because
Yeah,
I
you
was
did.
a
You called your posse and kicked my ass on the way home.
greaser. That's a real story.
What story, dude?
Nothing. I'm not
Share it.
talking about it here.
Share your gangster tale.
So I don't have one for this format. I'm going to Austin, Texas next week, which
You
I'm
are going
super
to
excited
Austin,
about.
Texas.
But I also am very sad because I decided not to go to RTX this year.
So you've officially decided.
Yeah, unless I win the lottery, and then if I do, then I'll go and I'll take you guys with me.
Well, the first step to trying to win the lottery is developing an addiction to lottery tickets. Isn't
Which
that
I
right,
have.
Dalton? Yep, great.
Also, anybody who plays scratchy lotteries, you're stupid, and I can say that because I'm an addict myself.
I'm one of you and you suck.
Mhm.
Because I don't, but you do.
No, I
Anyway.
suck too. I'm just,
So what are your plans?
that wasn't English. What?
What are your plans in Austin, dude?
The plans is for sure to find what's his face.
I had to be.
What
moved
is
back in
what
front
is
of the mic.
what is that bartender's name that we
Frap?
Frap.
Dude.
I gotta
Frap
find Frap.
dude at the Casino El Camino. You gotta walk in. And you're like, remember when you killed me? Remember when you tried to put me in the ground? I brought backup.
I just walk in and then they take their tip jar and just put it behind the bar.
That was at Burnside's, dude. Were you like had a seizure and threw the tip jar to the back of the bar?
Anybody who
And
wakes up in
everybody
a
was
strange
confused.
place obviously flails their arms. That's not it's not a unique thing to me.
You know what? You say anybody who wakes up in a strange place usually flails their arm, but you woke up in a strange place within an hour
Yeah, but
twice, and it was the same strange place because you're an alcoholic and you were drunk.
yeah, I was the only one.
No, I see that were pretty bad. You just can't hang.
No, I'm going to find
Okay.
Frap. I'm going to go to Torchy's
Casino El
Tacos.
Camino, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Torchy's Tacos because I think that was like the highlight for food-wise when we were there for me. And then After that, I just kind of want to walk around downtown and go to all the different shops because we didn't get to go last time we were there because we were at the convention center. So those are just main things that I'm looking for.
Right on,
Mhm.
right on, my dude. That'd be fun.
What are you doing for spring break? Because that's spring break is what I'm going.
What am I doing for spring break?
Mhm.
Drinking. I get paid Friday, so I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. I wouldn't mind going out to getting this fool and this other fool out to like Remington's out in Malta. There, I don't know if they've ever been there. It's pretty sweet. And if
Got
you've been
good
at all-
food.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good. It's like a craft beer joint. They have a whole bunch of like weird food out there that's like it doesn't fit the scene in Malta there. But beyond that, I don't know. I might try to climb my way up to New Glarus if the weather's nice. But it's a 2-hour drive, so we'll see.
Spotted Cow and Moon Men, best beers.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair
Mhm.
enough.
Oh,
What do you want?
I can't read lips.
What do you want? Quiet
Quiet on
Quiet.
set, please. Quiet.
and set. Yep.
All right, so
That's the elementary school symbol for quiet. No, she's talking about the brew Two Women from
oh
New Glarus.
yeah.
Two
Another
brothers?
really, really great one.
You're thinking of Two Brothers, dude.
No, it's my side of
Oh,
the
Adam
mountain.
and
Yeah.
wait,
My
wait.
Side of the Mountain. That's a great brew then too. Yeah, dude. Have you seen Call of the Wild yet? Have you drank that? I don't know. I'm done. I quit.
have you seen Gone with the Wind?
I've not seen Gone with the Wind. Gone
It's
with
a
the
great
Wind.
movie.
Gone with the Wind. Isn't it like 5 hours long?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Is that with Kevin Costner?
Kevin Costner.
No, it's not 5 hours long.
I'm done.
All right, so we're running close
Are
to
we?
time here.
Okay.
Which did you want to mention our friends real quick?
We don't have any friends, dude.
I guess we don't. All right.
So again, then too, if you guys managed to make it all the way through this entire episode, then too, and you are hungry, feel free to contact our friend Pro Meals. It's Sammy Lake
Mhm.
on Facebook. He does a lot of meal prep. That's really, really good. Again, his family owns Jamra, so his food is always fresh and it's always good. But yeah, he's pretty solid. He's pretty responsive and does a lot of the time. So you can have some meals for when you're busy. You can have some meals when you're working out. Doesn't really matter. You don't want to feed the kids. If you have kids and you listen, which I doubt. And beyond that, then too, we have our friend Drunk Nation on Twitch, who does some really cool stuff. He's really funny. Has like a little gambling thing you can do with it then too. You can choose songs when he's playing. But yeah, so we're gonna CC them. That's not an email. What am I talking about? We're gonna add them in the description.
Yes. So we'll have the
Cool.
links there for you. Thank you so much for tuning in for Groutfits episode 5.
Also,
Go ahead.
We should be able to tell our news next week.
Yes, hopefully.
Next
yes.
week when
yes, yes,
we're
yes.
finishing up.
Hayden's got a
everything this week
meeting on Wednesday
with somebody
without me.
to do something cool.
Maybe. I like it. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. The links again down in the description. And we might have a guest on next week's episode, so we'll try to see if we can get Steven here.
Hopefully, or somebody.
Yeah.
Or just never. Let's just not even come ourselves, dude.
All right. This is the last episode. Bye.